What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Yesterday I gave away some winning products that you need to start drop shipping, but tonight I've got something even better for you. Tonight I'm going to show you some digital products.
Digital products? What's a digital product?
Great question. A digital product is essentially something that you create once and have forever. So that could be a song, something that can be played over and over and over again. It doesn't need to be, built or manufactured. It could be a piece of software like a game, or it could be any of these things that I'm about to show you tonight. You might be asking,
but why do I want to sell a digital product?
Well, okay, the benefits of selling a digital product is that there's no shipping time. Because it's a digital download, you can download it immediately, your customer is satisfied. Also, because it's digital, it's not a tangible item, it doesn't need to be manufactured or shipped. There's no product cost with it. So your profit margins will probably be upwards of 85-90% once you take into account the small commissions you have to give Etsy and like transaction fees. They're pretty much autonomous because you don't have to process an order once a customer places one. Because once a customer places an order, a download link shows up, they can navigate themselves to wherever they can get the product from. So there's really no back end from you. The only back end that you might have to do every now and then is a little bit of customer support to guide them in the right direction to your product. So let's jump right into the computer and I'll show you some great digital products. Alrighty, for the product research I've done with these digital products, I've done it all on Etsy. The benefit of going through Etsy is that it's its own search engine, it's its own platform. It's almost like Amazon for handmade things. So if you were to make a digital product, you could sell it on Etsy and you won't even have to pay for advertising. It'll sell itself if you have great SEO. So the first thing I want to show you is this Soundwave art. This is actually incredibly easy to reproduce. Before I turn on the camera, I spent 5 minutes in Photoshop figuring it out, and I made one like this. So it was pretty straightforward. I got a sound wave of a song, put the name of the song, put a signature there. Let's just look at this one. This is pretty much the one I took my inspiration from when I copied it. As you can see, it's just an ordinary sound wave with a galaxy backdrop. Super simple, super straightforward. And they're selling it for about 47 Australian dollars. So for you Americans, it's about 35. Let's go over here. So this is the one that actually sells the digital PNG file. $25 just for the digital download of the file, and it's just a PNG file. There's nothing special about it. It's incredibly easy to make. The shop itself has had 1,200 5-star reviews, so a lot of happy customers there. Again, nearly 9,000 sales. That's pretty good. So let's move on to item number 2. Item number 2 is a digital coloring in book. So this is really good for kids. As you can see here, there's a bunch of books here between $4, $7, $20. If you have the slightest ability to do art, you'd be able to recreate these so easily. This very first one here, the bloom coloring, is just line art with some flowers and stuff. If you practice this, you could end up making some pretty good ones within a day. And once you've got the process down pat, it's so easy to recreate. Like as you see here, it's just that one image that they've made tiled across the page. So some are better than others, but it's so straightforward. The bloom coloring book, 15 pages. The shop has had 6,500 reviews, and the book costs about $5. Digital download. Once you've made it once, you can sell it an infinite amount of times. It doesn't cost you any more to make. You could probably make one of these books in a day. If you're new to it, probably a day and a half. If you have plenty of experience in any of the Adobe Suite programs like Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, you could bang out some of these so easily. So before you say,
he's got to go buy a coloring book where you have to download the pages and print them out yourself.
Apparently 84,189 people do. So there you go. That's 84,000 people at an average order of probably $4. That's quite a substantial amount of money right there. And the thing is, most of it is profit. It's not like a regular Shopify store where you have ad cost and product cost and you're left with a profit margin of between 20 and 30%. This is probably 80 to 90% profit margin for the company, unless they have employees or anything else on the side. But this is extremely high profit margins. So that does it for that product. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is an ebook. I was looking through these ebooks and I came across this one, this art licensing directory. 43,000 reviews on a shop selling a book about an art licensing directory. So I went over to their store, and here we have it here. This store has had 482,000 sales on like ebooks and courses and other things. So this is one of the biggest shops on Etsy. I think it's huge. 482,000 sales online is fantastic. So this is their actual page. So it says pretty graphic design. Absolutely everything they have is a digital product. So we have clip art pictures, digital papers, digital stamps, bundles of all of that, licenses, coloring books, online classes and ebooks. And this is where I actually found the art licensing directory ebook. And this is actually the cheapest book on their page. The other books cost $42.42. This page is enormous, and all of their products are digital products that have an enormous profit margin. So I say they'd be making quite a fair bit of money, and given on the amount of products that they have on their store, they probably have a couple of employees doing this full time, like graphic designers, just banging out products to put on Etsy. So, that's food for thought. That's where you can scale to if you do it right. So, flicking over to the next product, as you can see, we have Lightroom Presets. For those of you who have seen my other video, I did a Shopify challenge for a week where I actually built a store selling these presets. If you don't know what Lightroom is, this is the photo editing program, and a preset is pretty much just a template that you can use on any photo. You can make this yourself by adjusting the sliders and then exporting those edits as a preset. So you could apply that preset to a different photo and get the same feel across the board. So it's really good for creating cohesive Instagram pages. Now these preset packs typically come in like a bundle of 10 different variations of that one preset. So it's pretty much just one overarching theme with a bunch of little variations along the way. So these are exceptionally easy to make. I made mine in probably 20-25 minutes, and that was my first time making one. I'm sure if you spend an entire day making Lightroom presets, you could probably bang out 15 to 20 different preset packs in a day, put all of them onto an Etsy shop, and then congratulations, you got a fully fledged store. So if we move over to the shop owner's page, it's called Jake's Out. You can see it has 30,000 sales on his Lightroom presets. So he's made a substantial amount of money just from Etsy alone. Alrighty, that does it for the presets. Let's quickly move on to the next one. The next one is desktop wallpapers. I know it sounds stupid. I've never paid for a desktop wallpaper in my life, but people do. People do, and there's proof. So if we scroll down here, a lot of these desktop wallpapers are all about organization. But if we take a look at the desktop wallpaper itself, as you can see, it's literally just a desktop background with different segments where people store their different folders. Nothing overly fancy about it whatsoever. So we have archives, to save, to review, in progress. It's just for those people who really want to be organized. They're extremely easy to make. You can make one of those in Canva in probably 3.5 minutes if you know what you're doing. You might be thinking, who the hell would want to buy a desktop wallpaper from this bloke? 12,000 people have bought one. And it's got an order value of $8. Now the thing is, he's made this once. He probably spent 25 minutes making this and making it pretty, uploaded it to Etsy, doesn't have to look at it again. It's a digital download. He never has to do any extra work for anyone. He doesn't have to order more product in, doesn't have to pay for ads. It's just sitting here over time, generating sales and just keeping his bank account nice and topped up. It's just that simple. Etsy's incredibly slept on. A lot of people use it for handmade goods, but digital products are the wave. It's the next wave coming through. All these things I've just shown you are on Etsy, but you don't actually have to use Etsy. I highly encourage it because it's pretty much just free traffic. As long as you have good SEO on your page and your description, your products will most likely get seen by some people. And if they're presented nicely enough like this guy's, you'll be on your way to generating some sales. There we go. Here's a handful of great digital products that you can start selling right now. And I mean right now. It will take you half an hour to go to canva.com, make a desktop wallpaper, save it, go to Etsy, create a store, and put it up live. I'm not saying you're going to get sales straight away. You might need to work on your description, your SEO, your presentation. But I assure you that if you do all the hard work, over time the sales will start coming in. There we go, guys. That does it for today's video. If you stuck around this long, hit that like button and subscribe. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Well, I better head off because I've got to make an Etsy store now. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.